Hello, welcome to the program. I'm Lisa Trail, Director of Communications for Murfreesboro City Schools, and today I have with me as my guest Mr. Greg Lyles. Greg is the coordinator of our Community Initiatives program, as well as many more things at City Schools. So welcome, Greg.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
We're going to talk today. It's kind of that season of giving. People have that on their mind. It's hitting December, and the holidays makes people give back. And really, although there's need all throughout the year, it's kind of nice to see this real sense of sharing during this time of year. So let's look at some things that are needed in Murfreesboro City Schools by the children of our school children and how people can really help out.
Okay. Particularly, Lisa, now during the holiday period, we are matching agencies that call us that want to offer assistance to families. So we're matching those families with those agencies at this point to offer assistance during the holidays. But along with that, some ongoing initiatives that we have. First of all, we have the backpack program. We partner with Second Harvest Foods Bank of Nashville. We get a shipment of food every month. But we're sending out 400 bags of food a week. So there are times that we do run short in between shipments. And one thing the community can do to help us, we accept donations to supplement the food that we send out. Shelf-stable type items like peanut butter and crackers, or the little 7.5-ounce cans of Beanie Weenies, those kinds of things, always welcomed. As far as
things
donations,
like individual cereals, individual macaroni and cheeses. So we are looking for things that children can open and prepare for themselves, right?
Exactly.
So if someone brings you a 30-ounce box of cereal, that's not nearly as good as the individual packs.
Correct. And those donations do occur periodically, but we partner with the Rutherford County Food Bank and the Greenhouse, and so we often donate those kinds of bulky items to them. And then when we have families in need, we refer them to those agencies.
Okay. So the backpack program in general, we know about it, but maybe we need to inform our guests kind of more about how the backpack program came about and who it actually services and how you identify those children.
First of all, as I said earlier, it is a partnership that Murfreesboro City Schools started with Second Harvest. It doesn't cost our district anything. We have volunteers that come in each week faithfully and package the food that goes out to our schools. And we depend on our school counselors to identify those needs in their particular schools, and they let us know what the number is that they need, and then we ship those out accordingly each week. And in some instances, that fluctuates from week to week, depending on the need.
So counselors or teachers identify a child that may not have enough to eat over the weekend.
That's correct.
And then they let, I guess the teacher would let the counselor know, and the counselor just gives you a number.
That's
so the
correct.
identity of the child is never seen.
That's right.
Except by that counselor and the teacher.
Correct.
So the counselor would call you and say, I need one more backpack, and you don't pack it. We have this wonderful faith-based group that comes in every Wednesday and packs those backpacks.
Exactly.
So once they pack them up, we send them to the schools, and they just kind of quietly get placed in the backpack of a child. That's the reason It's called a backpack program.
And it's interesting because I had a call this morning. One school had not received their shipment today, and they said, well, I normally do that during the children's special area time, and I haven't gotten them yet, so that's going to throw me off. So again, that spoke to me saying that yes, we are doing that discreetly during the times that, say, the kids are out of the classroom for special areas or those kinds of times.
Yeah. So it's a nice way of course, with Second Harvest, we couldn't do it without them, but it's a nice treat for those students to go home knowing that there is a meal between Friday, the end of school Friday, and the beginning of school on Monday. For long holidays, do you guys put a few extra things in?
We do. Okay. Based on our supply, we are able to add extra items during long weekends. And of course, this is a short week for us, and so we were able to send out shipments this week so the kids would have additional food for this long week that's coming up.
Okay, so if someone wanted to donate, you said they could do shelf-stable items, shelf-stable milk, cereals, macaroni and cheese is a huge hit always, the snack crackers and things like that. Could they also do a financial donation?
Yes, we always welcome financial donations. Of course, those donations can be made payable to the Murfreesboro City Schools, and then it goes through our financial department, and we're able to requisition those funds when we need them to buy additional supplies.
Okay, that's wonderful. So backpacks go throughout the year.
Throughout the year.
And
even during the summer, we send backpacks to the schools, to the ESP sites, and those meals bags are available to kids and families that need them even during the summer. And of course, we have our summer feeding program that's widespread across the community, but we do continue our backpack program during the summer as well.
And I think it's important for folks to know, a child can't obviously learn if they're hungry. And a lot of times, unfortunately, some of our children, that's their major meals is that breakfast and lunch at our schools. So this is a wonderful initiative, and if they want more information about it, they could call you, I'm assuming, at the central office.
Or email me at greg.lyles@cityschools.net.
Okay. So the other program that you oversee as part of the community initiatives is not just the backpack program, but let's talk about the indigent care program. You get lots of titles on you, and obviously a lot of community involvement and some wonderful, wonderful programming. So the indigent care program, let's talk about that and how that works in Murfreesboro City Schools.
Really, and we're fortunate to have a district that believes in the whole child, in meeting those needs outside of the classroom. Because we know that those other needs that children have to be addressed in order for them to be successful in the classroom. And so the Indigent Care Fund is used by, school counselors, school social workers, to purchase clothing items for kids that are in need. We can purchase clothing and shoes. This fund operates strictly on financial donations. Last year we served over 225 kids on an average of $125 per kid. That's once a year. And so that shows you the volume of financial commitment that we have to that program. But again, it's also done discreetly, but it's there to help those kids who really need help with clothing and shoes.
And it's an immediate need. So it's not a long-term fix. It is the immediate need. And then from that point, I know the counselors and the social workers work with them to get them involved with Greenhouse Ministries and other nonprofits that we partner with. But this is an immediate need that they can take care of.
Very much so.
Right. So again, that's the Indigent Children's Fund, Indigent Care Fund.
And again, we accept donations for that, because really that's our lifeblood, is the financial donations that we get from community members.
Okay. Another partner that's coming up, MTSU. The past 3 years, Coach Turnbow has worked with us and Rutherford County Schools on a drive for coats, and I think that's coming up mid-December.
Okay.
And you want to talk about that? What kind of coats are we looking for? What's the need?
We are also fortunate that another organization here in town did a small coat drive for us. It's Touchpoint with St. Thomas Rutherford. Mm-hmm. But we are still in need of children's-size coats, gloves, caps, items that kids can use to keep warm during the winter months. We accept those donations, and we coordinate those through the school counselors and social workers. Again, when they identify a need, we immediately ship out what we have on hand that they may request.
Okay. So really it's, again, the whole child. We've got to make sure they're fed,
Right.
make sure that they have warm clothing, have clothing at all sometimes.
Right.
So anything else going on as far as with the community outreach that our viewers would like to know about, or maybe they could become involved with?
One other program we have, Lisa, is the Rover Ticket
Right.
program. Because the Rover has routes that pass most of our schools, if not all, there are needs periodically for parents to get to school for meetings, and they don't have any other means of transportation. So again, we work through our school level personnel. When they see that need, they request Rover tickets. And again, it's an immediate need. It's not a long-term solution, but we depend on donations to purchase those Rover tickets to have on hand when a need is identified at the school level. So your $100 donation would purchase 12 adult books of tickets and one child's book of tickets. For each $100 donations, that's what we're able to do. We would appreciate, greatly accept the community's assistance with our Rover ticket program as well.
So with Rover tickets, do you want them to purchase those Rover tickets and give them to you, or would you rather have just a financial donation that you go and purchase?
With that in particular, they can do it either way.
Okay.
Yes, either way. If they make a financial donation, again, it goes through our finance department. We requisition those funds to purchase tickets from the city for Rover.
If you have a civic organization or maybe a small group or maybe your family wants to get together this Christmas or
Awesome.
this holiday season and do something beyond their own family, you're a good person to talk to, right?
Yes, very much so. I would welcome those phone calls and emails to help get those resources to where they need to be.
Okay, once again, Greg, his office, even though he's in the school most days, his office is located at the central office, 2552 South Church Street. He can be reached at greg.lyles@cityschools.net, or the City Schools phone number is 615-893-2313. Or you can always click on the icon that says Ask MCS on our website, and we'll get that information or those questions to Greg. We really appreciate you being with us today, and I hope you have a great holiday season.